So, in fact, let me give you the broad picture. The things which we are importing a lot, other than the raw material intermediates, are likely to be little more costly because there are chances the tariff on those products will go up. So, most of the finished products may be going little up by imposing some kind of the tariff by keeping it within the bound rate. That's my general perception. But at the same time, I think the government will look into a roadmap where probably for the PLI scheme, they may be giving little higher allocation because for most of the industry, it may be first or second year of the PLI, and the PLI utilization the first year has not up to the budgeted mark. So the government will be providing that. And with that objective also, they may be looking into some issues of the inverted duty structure. And when I'm putting the inverted duty structure, let me qualify. For me, inverted duty structure doesn't mean only those cases where the end product is a cheaper tariff and the inputs or intermediate are at a lower tariff. I will also look into those cases where the principal imports are coming from the free trade agreements. Assuming from ASEAN 90% of the inputs are being imported. So even when MFN rates may be high, I would rather treat them at zero duty and try to provide some kind of support to the industry by further reducing the duty on the inputs. Similarly, where the raw material and the finished product remains at the same level, that also discourages the value addition in the country. And from that perspective, I would like to have a lower duty on the raw material. So my sum up will be that there will be focus on the manufacturing, and for focusing on manufacturing, while on the one end the manufacturing will be supported, at the same time government may be tweaking the tariff to make those products much costlier when they are landing into the country.
Not be much relevant in the change scenario, because this question used to be relevant when excise duty used to be part of the budget. Now everything has moved into GST, so that lottery which we used to get on 28th of February is no longer relevant, in my view, except for the custom part, which is predominantly related to the import of the goods. However, on a other aspect, the other tweaking which I may anticipate from the budget is one major aspect of employment. And so I don't think that any employment generation would be the focus area of the government, but the self-employment would be the focus area. So to certain extent, we may expect some tweaking about the startup regime. Also, we have, if we see carefully, there is a lot of push on the cultural tourism. We have seen that how this cruise on River Ganga is being run now. We have seen the Ujjain Mahakaleshwar temple, and we are anticipating completion of Ram temple in January. So I think cultural tourism is going to be another key area which would boost the domestic economy. Also, as far as health is concerned, I think the focus would be more on prevention than on cure. So insurance sector may get a boost, that insurance for all, something like of that sort. But again, as I say, that the proof of pudding lies in its eating, and therefore ease of doing business is largely dependent on how the policy is implemented. So in my view, I would expect some tweaking on the administrative reforms, particularly on the tax side, and decriminalization of the minor offences, because one day delay of TDS should not be a prosecutable offence. So those kinds of things should be there.
I expect is GST to reduce on financials and food items for sure. Also, somewhere I feel the luxury items are unnecessarily penalized. Tourism is something that I'm looking at to come down. I have these expectations.